Hi, sorry, this is part two of my environmental justice walk. Sorry, I just ran into a friend of mine and I haven't seen him for a while. But like I said, look at the ecological planning. Like right here, it's really beautiful. But if you actually look over towards the south, which would be over that way, you see a lot of homes, and these homes are occupied by Caucasians, and well, they have this really stupid notion in Toronto to say that Italians aren't white, but then you say to them, well, okay, you guys are just like the black Italians, and then they say no fucking way. So we have to be very frank with these discussions. We can't censor anything, and quite frankly, I'm not going to work with anything that's about censoring. You got to talk very frank about things that are happening in these communities and whatnot. So I love to see black families, and right coming towards me is a non-black group. So I just keep on walking, doing the filming, looking at the ecology of the region, and people hanging out. But where are the black kids? Air is fresh. There's a swamp over here. I didn't even know that. This is what you see in Toronto, Canada. You see, for example, poverty on this side, and on this side, you see rich ecology. So they have like a lot of kids around here, people doing their barbecues, hanging out and whatnot. And I'm just gonna take another stroll to go out because you know what? I love to see my black families. This major, let me see, of all these kids, 99%, only one is black. Let me just go around here. So, this morning I got up and I thought, you know what? Let me do something special for Biko because I think Steve Biko was such a sexy man. Great thinker, very productive, very progressive. He wanted the best for the black community. And I was reading this thing, Cry Freedom, and I took a second reading of it, and I'm not sure if they actually took Steve Biko's agenda seriously because I'm reading about, and I don't even know if these are the actual character names or whatever, like if the names of the characters are actually the names of the people. But what I'm learning about Steve Biko is that there was apparently this editor of a newspaper who was really interested in his work. But I don't know why this person was really interested because they had some self-esteem issues and wanted to bring down Biko, so they used their business and they characterize him. However, he was able to mobilize a lot of the black community. And what I'm reading about Biko is that he didn't appreciate being taught how to think white when it didn't feel right to actually pretend to be white. So, I just, I'm not sure what's going on, but, it's just something that I've been thinking about for quite some time is to try and produce a piece about Biko to investigate what exactly happened to Biko, and if they really respected this man, then what exactly did they say on his pathology report? Does the family have a copy of that? Why do they have this fascination with black folk? And so I wanted to explore that theme of medicalization through political action in the story of Steve Biko. And can you actually see if certain people took his agenda seriously? I think there needs to be something to recreate Biko's agenda because Cry Freedom seems to do some serious disrespect to Biko. Now, I'm just reading this one piece, and I'm really interested in Biko. So I'm going to see what I can produce on my own. Um, I'm a professor in training and going through some things, but it's a beautiful day, and just saw a beautiful monarch. You're so pretty. Look at you. It's a beautiful day, and I'm going to try and conceptualize a text to say what exactly happened to Steve Biko. And I have 12 minutes left to do this recording. So I'm going to see if I can get into his papers that he wrote for university. I know in my experience in university, my papers have been stolen. And I remember I wrote this one piece about how to litigate policy as a constitutional infraction. And right now I'm looking at litigating some situations. One case is $1.5 million. The others, we're not sure. So it's very interesting as a black woman to what you have to do to actually get your life back on track. You know, I just have to cross the street here, but you know what? I'm not sure if it's green or I'm just gonna run across. Yeah, so I'm just not sure why we have to go through this bullshit experience. And you know, there's the police up there. They're driving into the neighborhood. I don't know why they're driving in there. They should be driving over there. And you know, I'm walking back into this neighborhood where I smelled some weed. And you know, quite frankly, the people bringing the weed into these communities, so you see these buildings, here's another building. What you need is you need 5 of these buildings, everyone in 5 of these buildings in the whole political demographic to vote for one person will shut everything down and turn this police demographic upside down. I was talking about Biko. So the back of my t-shirt, it's this is just a demo. It says live eco chic. So what I did was I actually put an emblem of Biko on my heart. And I said, this is the soul of the universe. And this is something that he actually wanted us to develop. I just find he's a very sexy man. Great thinker. Just love the black community. And on my way back home, just gonna chill out, just going for a walk. And yeah, this is my environmental justice walk. So what I'm gonna do with this information is I'm gonna look at it again and I'm gonna say, let's see what we can determine, because environmental justice as it's conceptualized by Robert Bullard says that you have to look at what's happening in communities of colors and why are they actually exposed to environmental hazards disproportionately to whites. Now, the question is, should anybody be exposed to environmental hazards? The question is no, or the answer is no, nobody should. But I just find myself just sticking to my own, because I love my own. And even myself, I've been mistreated, and you know, people come up with these bigoted whatever they're coming up with to say, hey, you know, that person is not capable of doing. See, this person is working in a black community. There's a technician there and he's Caucasian. Now, why can't these people that live in this particular community that's black see a black technician working there? how these people do things. And I'm not sure why, what company he's working for or whatever, but that's what you see. And if people don't see positive images of themselves, then what exactly are you going to expect? So us that know better need to do better. So this is my little environmental justice walk. You can see how some people live. There's beautiful flowers on the window. I'd love to live in this community. It's nice. And then here is a very beautiful, it says Love on Woolner. It's a beautiful mural. And sometimes I've tried to take a picture of this. And you know what? It doesn't come out the same. You're going to see how this looks on film. It says Love on Woolner, Jade and Woolner. And this is just really beautiful. And then you just look at this. Now, why would you even design a building like this that doesn't even face south? So, what sorts of environments are we seeing in people's living environment? It's beautiful. So, one of the things that we do as there's a whole different, there's environmental justice lawyers, there's environmental justice physicians, there's environmental justice practitioners, environmental justice professors. See, you have all these neighborhoods, kids having fun. But how do these kids know how to have fun? And when it comes to things that are done in this community, which is very interesting, is that you see a lot of, for example, Caucasians that will come in here with their organizations and say, hey, we're the, they operate like these, like they're saving the world kind of thing. And I don't understand that mentality, because if you're presenting yourself as doing charitable work, then why are you still the source of so many problems in the world? And I look just particularly at this black and white dichotomy. I'm not interested in other ethnicities, because it's still whites that perpetuate this black-white dichotomy. So that's the basis of my analysis, is looking at, okay, what exactly, how do you actually see the instrumentation of this black-white dichotomy? And people seem to say, oh, there's a lot of shit going on in the United States, but you see it right here. York Southwestern, this is Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Now, it'd be interesting to see the statistics around these neighborhoods here. How many of these people actually know what the voting right means, voting responsibility, and what comes with that? When you go on your environmental justice walk, you have to be able to not be afraid. I'd like to do one of these filming, but I'd like to do it at night. I'd like to do it around water, I'd like to do it in different places, and just come up with my own thing. And if people like it, support it. Tell me how it should be supported. So yeah, it was nice just going on this little walk. So, question for you. What did you learn on your last environmental justice walk? And this is just one way to present an argument. Another way to present an argument is to say, okay, let's start writing about this. And, looking at ways to reconstruct black families through environmental justice methodology. Until next video, enjoy a beautiful day.